Hey everyone, it's Dr. Oliver here from Seniorhealth Plus. Over the years, I've watched countless wonderful people chase after pricey medications and so-called miracle fixes, while missing something so simple right there on their plates every day, their rice. What I'm about to share might shake things up in the health world, but I simply can't stay quiet. Too many people are unknowingly eating rice in a way that's actually harming their well-being. Today, I want to reveal the often overlooked truth about rice. And more importantly, I'll show you how to turn what might now be a harmful food for your body into a truly nourishing staple. I genuinely hope this knowledge brightens your health journey, and if you find it useful, please hit that subscribe button. It helps us reach more amazing seniors just like you. My path to this discovery began early in my medical career with a patient I'll always remember. At that time, like most physicians, I didn't think much about rice. I was busy prescribing drugs for diabetes or high blood pressure. But Mr. Robert Jones, a 62-year-old retired teacher, changed all of that. After retiring, his blood sugar and cholesterol just kept rising. Even with medication, he was gaining weight. His feet started becoming numb. He wasn't eating fried foods. He simply lived alone and would cook a big batch of rice, freeze it, and heat it up later. I couldn't understand why his medicine wasn't effective. Every time I saw his worried, sad eyes, it weighed on me. All I felt I could do was raise his dosage. That feeling of helplessness, that deep frustration, it truly drove me to where I am today. In the end, sadly, Mr. Jones passed away from complications. It really shook me. I kept asking myself, what was modern medicine missing? What was the actual way to help our patients? That's when I started investigating everything I could about rice and health. After years of learning, a striking truth hit me. Rice can be medicine, or a toxin, depending on how it's prepared and eaten. Certain straightforward ways of cooking rice made a much bigger, positive impact on blood sugar and inflammation than I ever expected. The answer was so simple, yet so often ignored. I'll never forget that realization. At first, some doubted, naturally. But the amazing people who gave these methods a try started seeing impressive changes in their health. The secrets I'll share today might sound too easy to be real, but they are powerful tips to change your health for the long term. So, please, watch until the end. Grasp the full story, and put these basic steps into action. Just a small favor before we begin. What I'm about to share can truly benefit your health. But if you only get pieces of the advice, or try to copy it the wrong way, it might actually have negative effects. So, please, promise me you'll pay close attention and follow these instructions carefully. This is for your health. And if you could, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It would really help us produce more valuable content for you. Let's make every grain count. The 5 golden secrets to transform your rice. Alright, let's get into these secrets. We're about to turn everyday rice into something truly nourishing for your body. Secret number 1, soak your rice. This first tip is something many people just miss. Most of us simply give our rice a fast rinse and toss it in the cooker, right? But how you soak your rice and the amount of time you do it actually changes its nutrition and its effects on your body in a major way. Soaking your rice for at least 30 minutes helps break down something called phytic acid, which is found in the bran layer. Now, phytic acid can be a bit of a troublemaker. It can actually stop your body from absorbing crucial minerals like calcium, zinc, and iron. So, by soaking your rice, you can greatly improve the absorption of these important nutrients. Plus, rice that's been soaked is much simpler to digest. This can create a huge, noticeable difference for seniors or anyone with a sensitive digestive system. I once had a wonderful 72-year-old patient, Mrs. Susan Miller, who regularly complained about bloating and indigestion after eating. I simply advised her to soak her rice before cooking. A month later, her discomfort was nearly gone. She was truly thankful. To do this at home, rinse your rice several times, then soak it in warm water for at least 30 minutes, or even up to an hour before cooking. This allows the water to reach the grains evenly, making the rice softer and more chewy. Just a quick caution, don't soak your rice for too long, especially in warmer weather. Bacteria can multiply, so try not to go over 3 hours, alright? even a small habit change, can greatly boost your health over time. If you're enjoying these practical rice tips, type 1 in the comments to let us know you're following. Then hit that like button to help more people discover these senior health secrets. Secret number 2, add vinegar. This next tip uses a very special, almost magical ingredient, just a spoonful of vinegar. Now I know what some of you may be thinking, vinegar? Won't that make the rice taste odd? Not at all, I assure you. In fact, that small spoonful of vinegar can work wonders for your health. Vinegar has something called acetic acid. This acetic acid naturally slows down how quickly your body digests and absorbs carbs. That means it helps prevent those unwanted blood sugar spikes after meals. A well-known study by Johns Hopkins University, a highly respected school, even showed that adding vinegar to rice can lower its glycemic index by a striking 31%. That's great news for people with diabetes or anyone hoping to keep their blood sugar steady. I remember a 67-year-old patient, Mr. Jerry Thompson, who was diagnosed with prediabetes and felt extremely stressed about it. But after following my simple advice and adding a spoonful of vinegar to his rice every day, his fasting blood sugar evened out in just a couple of months. He was absolutely delighted. It's so simple to do. Just add a tablespoon of natural fermented vinegar, like apple cider vinegar, to your rice cooker along with the rice and water. It's very important to use natural fermented vinegar. Artificial vinegar doesn't have the same health perks and may even upset your stomach. If you're sensitive, start with just half a spoonful and see how you feel. It's a small step with big results. If you're still with me, let's see who's truly committed to turning rice into a health hero. Type grain in the comments below. Let's show everyone you're making every bite count. Your comments make my day. Secret number 3, the oatmeal golden ratio. Our third secret is to use oatmeal wisely. Most of you already know oatmeal is a superfood, but how much you use and how you include it really matters for your health. Oatmeal contains a special soluble fiber called beta-glucan. When this beta-glucan enters your body, it acts like a tiny friendly sponge, soaking up bad cholesterol in your arteries and gently removing it. This effectively helps clean out your blood vessels and supports better overall circulation. Plus, oatmeal slows down how fast food moves from your stomach to your intestines, which is great for preventing those sharp blood sugar jumps. A study from the National Institutes of Health shows that eating rice with just the right amount of oatmeal can reduce the rate of blood sugar increase by an impressive 43%. Amazing! I had a lovely 75-year-old patient, Mrs. Dorothy Smith, who was struggling with high cholesterol and early signs of diabetes. She was very concerned, but she started mixing her rice with about 5% to 7% oatmeal daily. After 3 months, her cholesterol improved a lot, and her blood sugar was steady. She was grinning like a child in a candy store. To prepare this oatmeal rice at home, use 1 cup of regular rice, about 150 grams, as your base. Then add about 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of oatmeal, which is roughly 5% to 7% of the total. That's what I call the golden ratio. Remember, too much of a good thing can still be harmful. If you use too much oatmeal, it can cause bloating or indigestion, so stick to that ratio. And if you have kidney issues, always check with your doctor before adding oatmeal to your diet. Secret number 4, turmeric power. Our fourth secret features a fantastic spice, turmeric. Turmeric is a common ingredient in curry, but what many people don't realize is that it can also work as a natural insulin supporter right there in your rice. The main compound in turmeric is a strong agent called curcumin. Curcumin is a terrific antioxidant and anti-inflammatory substance. It's especially beneficial for anyone having trouble with blood sugar regulation because it helps boost insulin resistance. Insulin resistance happens when your body's own insulin hormone can't work as it should, a bit like a key that won't fit the lock. Curcumin, interestingly, helps restore this function. In a 10-year study, the National Institutes of Health discovered that people who regularly consumed curcumin saw an average 23% drop in insulin resistance, a result that's actually comparable to some diabetes medicines. I had a 69-year-old patient, Mrs. Helen Clark, who was dealing with complications from diabetes. After checking with her doctor, she began simply adding turmeric to her rice. Her blood sugar management got so much better that she was able to lower her medication. She was incredibly grateful. Making turmeric rice is really simple. Just sprinkle 1 or 2 pinches of pure turmeric powder onto your warm, cooked rice and mix it in. If you find the taste too strong at first, just use a tiny amount and increase it slowly as you get used to it. Make sure to use only pure turmeric powder, not curry powder, which contains extra ingredients. And if you have gallbladder concerns or take certain medications, always consult your doctor before adding turmeric to your meals. Secret number 5, cool and reheat. Finally, we're at the last, but definitely not least, secret. This technique is extremely simple, but it's genuinely a game changer for your health. Cooling your rice and then reheating it. Now, it might seem like a hassle at first, or maybe even a bit odd, but once you understand the health advantages, I assure you, you won't want to skip this step. When you cool freshly cooked rice at room temperature for about 30 minutes to an hour, something impressive takes place. The starch structure shifts. A very helpful kind of carbohydrate, called resistant starch, is naturally formed. This resistant starch isn't digested or absorbed in your stomach or small intestine like most carbs. Instead, it makes its way to your large intestine, where it becomes excellent food for billions of good, friendly bacteria living there. This directly improves your gut health and gives a big boost to your immune system. A study from Oxford University found that just cooling and reheating rice can increase resistant starch by up to 18%. Isn't that incredible? I had a 74-year-old patient, Mr. Donald Robinson, who dealt with ongoing constipation and irritable bowel syndrome, both very uncomfortable problems. After he started cooling and reheating his rice, his bowel function improved greatly. To do this at home, just open the lid of your rice cooker after the rice finishes cooking and let it cool for 30 minutes to an hour. Before eating, simply warm it up gently, but be careful. Don't let cooled rice stay at room temperature for too long, especially in warm weather. Just as with other foods, bacteria can multiply and lead to food poisoning. So, eat the cooled rice right away or store it safely in the fridge for up to 1 or 2 days. It's a simple action, but it provides meaningful benefits for your gut and your blood sugar. So, there you have it, friends. 5 effective secrets for making healthy, nourishing rice a foundation of your diet. These approaches are simple, even subtle. You might wonder if they can really bring change, but remember, your body is much more sensitive to small, steady changes in your habits than you may think. It's never too late to start putting these tips into practice. In fact, today can be the first step toward a healthier, more energetic life for you. And if you're curious about how I became so passionate about these rice secrets, it all comes back to Mr. Robert Jones, the patient I mentioned earlier. His struggle, and unfortunately his passing, shook me deeply. It made me question everything I thought I understood in modern medicine. That sense of helplessness, of not being able to truly help him with just medication. It pushed me to look deeper, to research tirelessly. That's how I uncovered these powerful truths about rice. His memory is the reason I'm here today, sharing these methods with you, so no one else has to feel unable to make a real difference for themselves or a loved one. His story, his journey, became my life's purpose. To recap, here are the key takeaways for transforming your rice. Soak your rice properly before cooking. Add a spoonful of natural fermented vinegar when cooking. Mix in oatmeal at a golden ratio of 5% to 7%. Add a pinch of turmeric powder to warm, cooked rice. Cool your rice and then reheat it to increase resistant starch. All of these methods are small steps, but they are truly essential investments in your long-term well-being. Start with just one change that you can try today and carefully notice the amazing results it can bring to your health. Also, always remember to prepare and eat your food with thankfulness. How you feel about your meals can actually influence how they affect your body. We truly love hearing from you. What part of this video was the most helpful? Share your thoughts, questions, or your own rice hacks below. Your comments inspire us to keep creating, so please share this with someone you care about. And let's keep growing healthy together.